All right, we are live and on air. My name is Josh Ledgard. With me, as always, is Izzy Palmerin. I'm the co-founder of KickoffLabs. Izzy works in marketing. And welcome to our live chat series. So our chat series is a chance for us to share knowledge we've acquired running our product and watching what works for our thousands of successful customer campaigns. If you don't know and you just happen to show up at this page, KickoffLabs is an amazing solution for campaign management. Our customers use the product to manage all sorts of campaigns, including product launches, digital downloads, contests, and more. For a long time, we've offered free consultations for anybody who's a paying customer to help them improve their conversion rate. Honestly, it helps both of us. If they're more successful, then we're more successful. I wanted to see if we could take this a step further. So we've been doing these reviews now for a long time. We started probably last summer, and we do them on a regular basis. It's been a lot of fun. We got a lot of great pages lined up for review. There's always, when I look at these pages, lots of improvements that we could work into every campaign around especially how they're advertised, how they're marketed, the context surrounding the page. Those are the types of things that have a large impact on your conversion rate, but we're not really going to have a chance to focus on those today because we're going to focus on what we can see, which is just the landing page, and if you just got there randomly, what are the chances that you'll get somebody to convert? The best part about doing this live is the chance to take questions and hearing comments from the page owners. We've done this enough times that I know there's an audience in the chat room. If you're not there, introduce yourself. Make your comments on the pages. I love seeing the audience comments on the pages and feedback, and we've often seen lots of great discussions going in the back channel in the chat about the landing pages that we're going to review. We do have we did get a flood of pages in the last few hours, so we do have a few more pages to review than we probably have time for today. I love to prioritize people that have shown up and taken the time to join the review live. This feedback, of course, will be posted afterwards, and a recap will be sent out. But it's more fun if the person who owns the page is here. We get to hear their feedback, their story a bit more. So feel free to please introduce yourself and to the chat and post the page that you submitted, and we'll make sure we give it a good look. With that being said, let's get into the reviews.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and share my screen. Share the first page. I'm gonna try something I've tried a few times. It hasn't quite worked, but I'm gonna try and do some live annotation here. So we're gonna see if we can actually take a screenshot. So what we're looking at is Mansfield at trymansfield.com, and I'm going to capture this page, and hopefully I can do some nice annotation on this page. Oh, and it came up extra big. Okay, that didn't work. We'll go back and just look at the page now. I'll save annotations for another day. All right, so the first thing I noticed about this page when I pulled it up is just the stunning product image that's here with like a grooming bag and these products these products that are here gathered around the form, and I think that's good for a couple of reasons. One is it's very clear without even reading it. You could blank this out and this text out, the men's grooming store reinvented, and you have a sense what they're selling and what the product is. And that's not always the case with the background images people choose. The second thing that's really good about this page and the image, rather specifically, not just the page, is that the way the products in the bag are kind of grouped around this location here, where the mouse is. They're all sort of grouped right around the form in this area. So visually, your eyes come to the page and you might see the logo up here, but then you get pulled into this blurred image, the clear part of the image, and then the products right by the form. So kind of visually, these products here are telling you what this is going to be about, and then they're also pulling you into the form. So let's talk about the copy that's here on the page. So men's grooming store reinvented. Okay, it's a good headline. Be the first to experience a better way to shop for grooming supplies. I feel like a little bit there's not enough distinction between these two statements. I feel like the statement this is very general, and I feel like you could be a little bit more specific about what is different. Are you doing monthly deliveries? Are you doing a traditional store? Is it cheaper prices? Just a little bit something that makes it even more specific, because I feel like the headlines right now are a little bit too similar. And then the call to action right here: sign up for exclusive access and receive free products. Right up here it says be the first to experience, and then it says sign up for exclusive access. I would tie that together. So something to think about might be getting rid of this be the first here, using that space to better expand on what's better about your store than other stores you could go to. Take this be the first line and tie it up here. Be the first to access exclusive deals and promotions, with a product, or tie it in here, because this is really part of the call to action, but you've merged it with sort of a description of the product here. And so if you separate those two things, I think it'll be clearer if you take the description of the product, but then take the call to action and put it in here to get people to pull through. The button text was changed to say exclusive access. You could test that against something like be the first, or get free products, or just something that pulls people in to the headline here. Let's take a look at the rest of the page. So as you're going through, they've got that zigzag look. I think this is using a template we have called zigzag features. And I love the imagery. I love the designers, whoever the designer was that did the imagery on both sides. So made by men for men. Good, you're clarifying, saying you're only for men. Men who like manly things, and built an experience tailored for your needs. Vast selection of men's products. Again, I would clarify vast selections of men's. If you're talking about grooming products, I would specify grooming products. And then intelligent, unbiased recommendations. I'm not sure if this is part of the value proposition, but that's what got me is people that want to get into taking grooming more seriously. You're going to make recommendations. That might be something to call out as a differentiator near the top, and that's what struck me when I was going down here. And then the other differentiator was this: try product at home for free. Like, don't waste money, try before you buy, never settle for less. So these two things, they're kind of buried in the last two sections on the page, but to me they stood out as the most unique thing about the store. Whereas the first two sections here, basically, everybody says this, we're made by women for women, or made by men for men, and this is, we have a great selection, but that's true for every online store. But these two things, the unbiased recommendations and the try it free, are something that I think could be called out a lot more. Either in that headline area, or just change the order where these two sections come before these other two sections on the page, and try that. Let's see what happens when you sign up. So. All right, so you get a similar page that says, don't leave your friends behind, invite friends and earn free products. So you're trying to get people to share and make it more viral. And you've got a nice simple reward graph here where you say, friends join 5, 10, 25. So five friends towards your next purchase, I might say your next, I might say your first purchase, because you haven't launched yet. So just making it clear, like your first purchase, your next purchase. I might also think about, do you want an incentive at zero just for signing up? Are you going to give them something off their first purchase, or something, a free product or a free demo for signing up? It might be worth it. Just something you'd have to consider, obviously, in terms of the financials of the store and whether it's viable for you to do that. The brackets, I think, are good. The 5 is very achievable for people. At 10, the reward scales, but again, there's not going to be nearly as many people who get 10. And at 30, you've got a great reward, or at 25, you've got a great reward. The number of people who reach this is going to be so small, it might actually make sense to think about making this simpler and just saying, 5, 15, and 30 to match the dollar signs, basically making it such that it's apparent. I mean, there are levels, but it's basically one friend equals one more dollar. And you're so close to that level, I always think, like, if you're so close, you might as well choose to simplify. The rewards and what you're doing here. The other thing I liked about this page, and forgive me, but I signed up earlier, and so I got the email that comes back. So let me share their email that comes up. So they did a great job with this thank you email. So they follow up, the logo that makes it obvious, another product image, thanks for lining up, and then the incentive, like we're launching soon. The only thing I would change about this email if I were looking at it is I would say, thanks for signing up, do you want rewards? And then that ties into, you're saying thanks. People get that you'll be launching soon. That's more obvious than you might think, because if you had launched, they would have just been able to click buy. And so to say, here, check out these rewards, and then coming in here and saying, what the rewards are and checking the reward levels. It's a great email. I just would make that one little change where this part of it becomes, about, hey, you want to invite your friends or don't leave your friends behind, and we've got the reward links right here you can share. And then they've got a button that says, you want to check how you're doing, click here, and that should would bring me back. I think there's a problem with this link, so we might have to help you with this email a bit. It looks like the link is not going to take me to the thank you page. It should. And so, contact us afterwards, and we can figure out what's going on with that link to take you back there to the page. Izzy, I know I kind of went in depth on this one, so I want to know if you had any feedback for.
I'm actually glad that you actually did. Let's go ahead and take a look at their thank you page. Well, at their thank you page, because I had a chance to review this page. What was it? Maybe about maybe 3 or 4 days ago. So I did a private review for Mansfield, their customer of ours. So KickoffLabs customers, they can send in an email asking for a bit of feedback. Doesn't necessarily have to be always during these live landing page reviews if you're a KickoffLabs customer, naturally. So you pretty much went through a lot of the stuff that I had recommended changed. I really like some of the stuff that you mentioned, but one last comment for people. I don't know why, but the thanks button is working on my email, so that's kind of strange. But I really like how they're actually separating the thank you page, which is the actual thanks. Check out the URL here. It says thanks. They're separating that, and they're telling people, they're giving people the path to check their progress on their rewards, which I've seen a lot of our customers asking, how do I send my customers to their progress page? What's the best way? I would say that this is one of the best ways. In an email, letting them know, thanks for signing up. These are the links to share, and this is the link to actually check your progress. So I just think this email is perfectly set up. I really love the email. That would be pretty much my only comment.
Yeah, no, thanks. It looks like they'd had some attention to the page and it had a second set of eyes, which is so important for anybody to do. The next page, and I believe Ruben is here. Ruben is back for another review that we reviewed, probably a very early version of the page. I'd say we reviewed a first version maybe the day they signed up and the day they put up a page the first time. Another back for another quick review. I like this page much better than the first version of the page, which I don't have up to show people the difference. It clearly took some of the feedback we had.
I'll pull up the page for everybody as well.
Yeah, if you can find it.
I have an image. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so Bold Style, an online fashion store for the shorter man. I do love I've always liked the image, but I think it works better on this version of the page. because although he's not looking at the form, the image pulls you back into the tagline, so you know what it is when you're looking at it. We will make it simple to find current fashionable clothing for the harder to fit man. Browse our huge selection of styles and brands that are made to fit your proportions. This is, again, it's similar where this statement and this statement are both saying the same things, at least the second half, made to fit your proportions, clothing for the harder fit man. And then you already say online fashionable clothing for the shorter man up here. I think what you want to do is get to the chase a little bit sooner. Merging these two statements would be something like, our huge selection of styles will make it simple to find fashionable clothing for the harder to fit man. And that'll be one sentence where you had two, and simplifying that style will allow you to pull this line then, sign up now to earn big discounts on future purchases. That'll allow you to pull that up into the first text area here, so there's not quite the separation. And then that'll keep the form, that'll get the form up higher onto the page, which I think will help, because right now, if you notice, like here, I have to scroll to get to the form on my screen anyway. And if I scroll down, if that form was up just another inch in place of where this line starts, you'd see it, because you see the start of this line. And then an online shop for the rest of us, you could specify and say like for the shorter of us, or something like that. It's not just for the rest of us. It's for a specific customer type in here. And so sign up now. So they have a great call to action. Sign up now, earn 20% off. I might just clarify that. So right now it's in the button, but why not just say sign up now to earn 20% off in this section of the red, and then you duplicate it with the button here. And then, or just use this sign up text instead of having it here. Get rid of it entirely. Put it in this area above the form, and with the highlight that says sign up now to earn big discounts. We'll also keep you posted when we when we launch. I might think about, like I said, just combining those two elements there. So let's go look at what happens if on their page. And they're taking us back to a reward thanks. So I have to, you should think about these levels a bit, because the first thing I notice is on your first page it said 20% off. Here it says 15% off, and then 20% off when I get to 10. I'm not sure what the intended scheme was for rewards. But you should always try and make it very clear, and that's one reason, for example, on the Mansfield page, I was suggesting that they even go one step further to tie, since they're so close, to tie the dollar amounts off to the actual numbers. And I'm not saying you should do that here, but since I just signed up, did I earn 20%, or do I now get 15, or do I not get even 15% off until I have 0? So it's really important to think through what you are saying to incentivize people, and then how you're rewarding them, and making sure that it's consistent, easy to follow, leaves no room for interpretation, so that you don't have to do a whole ton of fine print on the page, or have people call you out on it, on what you're doing. That would be my feedback on the sign-up page. Other than you could deal with having an image here that did it, that calls it out. Invite shorter friends, tie it to your brand instead of using just the default text. So tie it, invite short friends, earn big rewards. Invite short friends, earn tall rewards. I'm not sure if that's appropriate to say, but I think if you tie the message to your brand, it's going to feel like it was part of what you were doing before. The other thing, that now that we have the capability to do thank you pages and separate the pages, I would consider tying the pages together a bit more with the fonts. And so you look at this font. This is a sans serif, a very clean font throughout this page. Before, now there's nothing wrong with these fonts, but these are serif fonts that are up here for the headline and everything, and coming through here. I would think about making the fonts feel consistent and selecting similar fonts throughout, so that you either take this style, this combination of fonts onto the thank you page, or you take the thank yous page style of fonts onto this page. It's possible to do both. Just think about when customers go from one location or page to another, making it feel really consistent, the experience overall. So hopefully that was what you were looking for in terms of feedback. Izzy, did you have anything else? I saw you pulled up. I think you had the original page.
Yeah, actually,
where they came from, which would be interesting to see.
Yeah, I did. Well, let me do the original page reveal. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. This is what they were looking like about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So here we have, just a completely different layout. The guy in the image, he's just looking up with really no direction to his eyes here. But basically, I really like the new layout. Josh is really killing it today. He actually gave some awesome feedback, and pretty much I agree with everything that Josh said.
Cool. Thanks, Izzy. So Ravi had a question. He says, Josh, will you also recommend using your platform's feature of running the landing page on a custom domain so the customers can relate to the branding? So yeah, that's a good catch. So what you may have noticed is on this page, when I was looking at it, their page here is running on a Kickoff Pages domain. I think the main one is running on the main domain. You've got that connected. You should publish the thank you page to the same domain. So again, you're not going from boldstyle.com to kickoffpages.com. It's not something everybody notices, but it's another one of those things about connecting it together. This should really be boldstyle.com/thanks. And I think that would work. That would work a little bit better. Let's see. Looking for questions here. Don said he loves the Mansfield and Bottle pages. Have me thinking about redoing mine. Let's see.
Don actually wanted to know if Ray could remove them from the sign-ups to see the first page again. Is that necessary? That's not right. You could just you can either open your browser, a new browser window in what's called incognito mode.
Yeah, you can do that. You could clear your cookies on the site to see it again, so they can see the first page again on the site.
Wholesale Cards wants to know if the word short is offensive to some people. I'm not short, so I wouldn't know.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't know either. I wouldn't pretend to know I was
no. I would say no. I have a lot of friends because actually I really liked Josh's headline. He said, "Invite short friends, get big rewards." That was awesome. That was just awesome.
Yeah, and I think Adam said he liked my statement there too. It works a lot better than saying invite height challenge people, earn big rewards. It certainly sounds a lot better than.
Look, actually, check out their email auto response. It says short men rule.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally. It's totally okay to use the word short. I totally would use it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Izzy, do you want to pick the next page and start with it?
Sure. Any page we had in mind? Let me see. Let me go back in the chat.
The bottle folks are here.
Oh yeah, totally. Is it boats or is it bottle? I believe it's boat.
Boat.
Or botte, or we'll have them clarify it for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now I'm looking at the launch.botte.us. Hopefully this is the correct one. Yes. Boat. Let's just call it boat for now, Josh.
Yeah, it's easier to say boat.
Okay, so we're looking at the launch.boat.us. Okay, so they're introducing a new shopping experience. Okay, so this is another one of those pages. We've seen a lot of pages recently that are focusing on e-commerce, and they're really, a lot of them start with that headline, introducing a new shopping experience, a new experience for this kind of shopper, a new kind of store. But you really need to explain how is it new? What exactly is going to be different about it? We saw that with the Mansfield page. Is it going to be an e-commerce store? Is it a monthly subscription service? What exactly is going on here? How is it the new shopping experience? People want to know because this kind of like headline, people can read through it and it's kind of played out. It's like, okay, well, what's the new experience? I'll go ahead and continue with the rest of the text. Handmade luxury leather essentials at a fraction of traditional retail prices. No markups, no middleman, just beautiful products sold direct to you. Okay, cool. So the possibility to get handmade luxury essentials, are these Italian leather? You know, is it, because luxury leather to me really comes from like different places. I guess people want to know more, you know, especially when it comes to purchasing high ticket items. When you're saying luxury, that already says high ticket, and I want to know a little bit more information about it. So I'll scroll down just a little bit, see if that information is provided for me down here. Awesome. Yes, it is actually. Okay, so right away you get into the quality, you get into sewn by hand, made in American factories. I really love that as well. And actually, I really like the page how it's laid out, because immediately I had some questions up here, but immediately they were answered right here. You know, I really didn't have to keep looking around for any kind of answers. They were just presented for me here. I really love that. What I don't love is that this is an actual image. You can see how I grab it and I move it around. So the bad thing is that search engines, which isn't too much of a big deal for like pre-launch pages, but search engines are not going to be able to read this text on the page. So for example,
what gets me more about it is that is that you're not going to be able to see it when you squeeze it down on mobile devices. You're never going to be able to read it.
Right.
So if you shorten it and squeeze the page, you can see it becomes nearly impossible to read that. And if that was a phone, there's no way I'd be able to read the text there.
100% true. Exactly. So this gets mobile responsive. This page will scale down, but the image will also scale down, and it'll get tiny, tiny, tiny. It's not going to break. It won't have those responsive breakpoints like it will if these were actual columns here. And actually, we've added several columns for some customers using this theme. So go ahead and send us an email. We can go ahead and actually, I already have a template laid out for this to create something exactly like this.
Yeah, we're happy to modify it, and that goes for any of our templates. We're happy to help if you guys need something for a layout and you find yourself inserting an image like this. Just try emailing us first, and we're happy to help and get you the layout and the design you're looking for. Because I do love the design of the page. I just think it could be implemented as a little bit more simply as a text area that'll be a lot more usable, where those columns will collapse into one column on a phone, and it'll look 1,000 times better on mobile devices, and when the resolution gets squeezed.
Exactly. So here, well, I would imagine that this page, I know this page is using our Harry's Goes Viral theme. Let me see if they're including any reward levels, because nothing is mentioned here on the page. The only thing that's mentioned, and really tiny, is sign up for free shipping on your first order and early access. And
that's really small. I mean, you're saying like it's kind of a nice benefit, and people downplay their benefits as incentives. I would not downplay an incentive you're willing to give folks. I would really highlight incentives that you have to get people to sign up initially, especially that first sign up.
Exactly. What do you think about this CTA text here, the sign me up, Josh?
Yeah, and that's where I would say like it's another opportunity to tie it into the benefit. You saw earlier the bold styles folks had get your 20% off. I mean, here it's get free shipping on the list. Like something that ties into your call to action, I think would be useful. Exactly.
So let me go ahead and sign up. Let's see what happens. So yeah, I mean, right here they start mentioning that invite friends and earn free shipping. Here it's big, Here it's totally obvious that you can get free shipping for life, and this is super important. I mean, you could get free shipping for your entire life as a customer. That is awesome. I would really play that up on the first page, because that seems to me like a huge benefit that a lot of people would really take you up on.
Yeah, something like saying enjoy, sign up for free shipping on your first order, earn free shipping for life, and a chance for free shipping for life. And then you go into explaining what the chance is on the next page, I think would help a lot.
Yep. So taking a look at the rest of the page, the reward levels, I like how it how they're synced up with the 0 levels. You get the free shipping automatically. After 10 friends, you get 25% off. what is this? But I would like this to be a little bit. Oh, okay, this is $25 off. Okay. Actually, I misread it. But yeah, I like the prices. I like the way it's actually laid out. The page is beautiful. The image is also very beautiful, and it's super obvious what products you're actually managing or what product you'll be selling.
Yep.
Yeah, the only thing I would do is just make the incentive a lot more obvious, especially these rewards. I think this reward and the free shipping just for signing up, those are the things that should really be prominent on the first main sign-up page. And
But even the $25 off is a significant reward,
yeah,
and it's not highlighted even on the thank you page before you get to the reward level. So where it says earn free shipping for life on the thank you page, earn $25, free products, and free shipping. Like if you're gonna give away something, make it loud that you're giving it away.
cool. Yeah, totally agree with Josh. Just make it loud that you're going to give away. They actually fill this space up here with their rewards policy, which is also very smart to do. Just informing people, if you earn 10 referrals, you will receive the $25 boat credit. Just to be just so it's 100% clear. I mean, this space is actually meant to be used to kind of give a longer description of your prizes and rewards, and really love the page. Really love the page.
Yeah. So I'll let you try answer the first question that came from Adam. How long should a good UVP be?
How long should a UVP be? What's a UVP? Remind me why.
I'm going with he's saying unique value proposition. So
right.
How long should your unique value proposition be? My answer to that would be as short as it can be to explain its uniqueness, but as long as it needs to be. That's a wishy-washy answer, but everybody's unique value proposition is different, and I would always lean on the simpler. And testing it out, just asking people in person, did they get it? Did they understand it? And then asking people to look at the page, say, does it make sense on the page that this UVP to look at?
And A/B testing, your actual UVP, because Josh has actually mentioned many times in the past. I mean, you know exactly what your value proposition is because you're the one constructing the actual business. In a lot of cases, you're the one who actually came up with the idea, but it's about getting that idea and making it publicly known what it is, and just making it easy for people to understand, and just making it as short as possible, but also using it as long as a phrase as you require to make it understandable.
Yep. So Izzy, did you get the email from Bote?
Let me double check.
And they corrected our pronunciation. I believe they're saying it's Bote or Bote.
Yes.
Bote.
Yes, I did. So taking a look at their email, it says early access and a chance of free stuff. That's their headline. That's beautiful. That's their subject line, and it's a great, nice, a nice image. Congratulations, you have early access to Bote's first collection, and you just earned free shipping on your first order. So right here, I mean, they're mentioning something about their first collection, and I don't think on the landing page that I saw something that mentioned that it was like the first collection or something like that. So maybe mentioning something.
It seems like, again, another buried incentive, like something they were giving away that they don't make obvious.
Yeah, exactly. Just make everything obvious on the main sign-up page. I mean, you don't want to flood your main sign-up page with just too much information. Grab that key information that's really going to get people to convert. And I think that those items that Josh and I called out, those are really strong items that should be on your main page that can get people signing up.
All right.
Josh, do you want to take the next page, or do we have any questions coming in?
I don't see any other questions. I can go with the next page.
How about Adam? How about we take a look at Adam's page? I think he has
that's what I was pulling up right now.
Awesome.
So Adam's been in the chat and founder of Aqua Devices, an early stage startup in the pet market, especially for fish keeping, fish hobbyists, specifically for fish keeping hobbyists. And so let's take a look at this page here. So the first thing you see, people read these landing pages like an F. So you imagine they read this way and they look this way. I've often thought about killing this layout option where we lay out the text on the right side because of that. And so my advice for people using this kind of theme is always think about moving this to the left side instead. And you could even test it, just an A/B test with that option where the box is located on the page. And if that means you have to mirror the image to flip it around because you want to highlight the fish tank and not what's over here in the image, that's fine. You can mirror the image, as any number of tools will let you create a mirror version of the image, and if you need help, just email it to us, and we'll help you take care of it through support. And so let's get into the rest of the copy on this page. So Aqua Devices, smarter aquarium products, view, monitor, control, and share. So this is I think right to the heart of Adam's question about the how short should the UVP be and how long. Maybe this is why he was asking. This is an area where I only got what it was, I think, reading this UVP because I had the context of what you mentioned about the product in the chat. And had I not had that context, and had you not also provided context of the image, this UVP didn't really explain the product. I would expand that into a sentence form where it's smarter aquamarine products, view your aquarium, monitor salt levels, control whatever it is you control about your aquarium, and just it might be a sentence or two that explains that you might need to use a smaller font than this. But that's fine, because right now, because of the size of your logo, this font is actually a little bit bigger than the logo, almost the same size as the headline font here. So you might get a font that's closer to your tagline here that says Smarter Aquarium Products, and have a font that size that explains what these Smarter Aquarium Products are doing for you in that unique value proposition. You've got the image, which is great. I think that helps explain it. The different and what you hear me saying about the UVP is that both should be able to be standalone. The image I should be able to look at and blank out the rest of the page and understand what the image is of and what I'm looking at, and then the text should be able to be standalone without the image. So I think the image does a good job being by itself, explaining, showing it's okay, it's on an iPad, it's a device. I'm looking at an aquarium or some statistics, and I've got the same picture of the aquarium up here that I've got over here on the left side of the page. But just this UVP, I would test against a better explained one. So now let's go down. Your aquarium, anytime, any place, and then this headline, coming soon. I might think about cutting this. And I think you can make it obvious or use smaller text. Sign up now to find out how we're redefining the fish keeping experience and become part of our launch. And so that'll make it obvious that it's becoming. Your incentive is sort of explaining. You're explaining something about it. What I would do is, instead of saying sign up now to find out how we're redefining the fish keeping experience, that's where you see other people saying sign up now for early access. I might think about sign up now for a preview or an exclusive preview, like make it sound more special instead of just sign up now to find out how we're redefining. Because when I read that and I read sign up now to find out how we're redefining the fish keeping experience, I sort of imagine I'm signing myself up for this seminar that's not very special to me. Whereas if you say sign up now for an exclusive preview of our technology, you're making it sound more special to the person and not like they flew into Vegas for a sales pitch on a condo. And so just think about that. If there's not really much of an incentive, and that can work. You're not going to give away product at this point. You're really early. You're probably trying to test out the market. But to say, we'll give you a preview, and then have the auto reply mail be, some exclusive screenshots, some talking about the features, and maybe even send people to, ask people to fill out a survey about, their aquarium and their needs, so you can do some customer research as part of this. And I think you would totally find people that can help you if you shape the copy that way to be part of the exclusive alpha or beta that's in there. What happens after we sign up? Okay, so and then again, thanks for your interest. Well, you said I was going to get a preview or something. Where's that? And so even if you're not doing any of the viral incentive and sharing, I think it's really important to say, thanks for signing up. We've sent a preview to your inbox. Like, check your inbox right now. There's a preview, exclusive, access that we promised we'd send you is there. You want to think about, even though it's early, how you start developing trust with the customers. Like, direct that you said you were going to get something, you gave it to them, show them the email, because it was delivered here. But then this email wasn't a preview, it was just the standard, our default template. So thanks for your interest, we'll be in touch soon. In the meantime, tell others about it, blah, blah, blah. And this is where I would say, change the subject line, say, your preview of Aqua devices. And I would say, hey, here's a little bit more about our story, and have a paragraph that explains what you're doing. If you'd like to help us fill out this survey, a link to a survey, you can make much more use of the people who are signing up early than you are today. And then when you get closer to launch, consider then doing a rewards-focused launch campaign. But for now, if you're just trying to learn something about the customers, I think you could do a lot more with the early access to try and learn more about the customers and what will appeal to them when you are ready to do a bigger launch splash. Izzy, did you have any feedback?
I think you pretty much nailed it. Pretty much you got it spot on. Just providing a bit more information on that page, calling out. I mean, I would imagine that. It seems that they're kind of like have some kind of incentive, or what would be great for them to offer would be a kind of like an ebook or like a PDF. Because they're kind of talking about sign up now and find out how we're redefining the fish keeping experience. I mean, I think that this could be summarized into a 5-8 page little, like a short visual PDF, and that could really be a strong driver to get people signing up on the page.
Yep. And something that also works for pre-launch people is if you've got a simple, like, sort of a blog post of 5 tips for aquarium owners. Like, hey, sign up now, we'll send you our 5 tips on how to maintain your aquarium, and then you do that in the auto response, and the auto response says also explains how how they're going to make these 5 tips down to 1 because their product is that good. A question came in that says, Josh, do you think it's also a good strategy for a software company launching a SaaS application and try and create anticipation, i.e. saying sign up for exclusive preview access to an app? Yeah, I think that's sort of what we were just telling Adam about doing. I think it's a good strategy. I think about it less in terms of creating anticipation. I think about it in terms of making the person that signed up feel special for signing up, in terms of what they're going to get with as an incentive. And I also think about it in terms of selfishly, you wanting to not necessarily just create anticipation, but make the people who sign up early feel special, because you're going to involve them in the development. Like, you are looking for people, and you can say this in the email, you don't have to say it on the landing page. You are looking for those people who are going to help shape the product. And again, that goes back to, you're going to make them feel special. And then hopefully you are looking for customers to help you build the product, and it's a two-way street. You want to make them feel special, important for giving you feedback, but then ideally you are looking for that kind of feedback. You do want to involve customers in it, and don't worry, say, oh, what if 10,000 people sign up? I'm going to have to run a beta with 10,000 people. 10,000 people that sign up are not going to opt into a beta. I hate to break it to anybody, but you're going to get the right people that want to opt in because you promised them exclusive preview access, and then they're going to help you shape a better product down the line. I hope that answers the question that was posted. It's a good question, and it's one that I see a lot. So the guys from Finishers Club are here, and Izzy, do you want to start out with that page?
Sure. Let's go ahead and start taking a look at Finishers Club. I mean, off the top of my head, I guess I'm looking at you've earned an invitation to an exclusive club. Okay. I'm seeing that there's just quite a bit of Finishers Club. You know, like there's a logo, there's a little bit of text here, there's the logo here, and then Finishers Club again. I mean, I think that just with the logo here would actually do more than enough. Make sure that your image has some alt text to it that actually has the logo name attached to it. And Finishers Club is for athletes who have crossed a finish line. Okay, and it's by invite only. Be the first to know. So I guess I have to get an info. So I need to give my email address in order to get that invite, and I'll be the first to know. I mean, this kind of throws me off just a little bit. I mean, I would just focus on the being the first to know, I guess, which isn't really a huge incentive either. To me, these are like two incentives: by invite only and be the first to know. But neither of these really drive too much urgency on the page. It just kind of makes it seem as if it's somewhat of a private club, but I can really get in. All I really needed to do is just enter my email address. So just trying to drive up that urgency and that exclusivity of the page as well. You know, making it seem that it's a page exclusively for top athletes or for marathon athletes, because right here I could just see Finishers Club, but it doesn't really explain to me that it's for marathon runners. I mean, I can look at the image and it's very obvious, but you also want to make it obvious to the people who are visiting your page. So when people visit your page, they'll say, okay, this page is for me. That this page is speaking directly to me. And let's read the rest of your copy. Your place on the podium. You work hard to get to the finish line. Okay. So basically, from what I understand, the service is, it's like a little wall of fame. It's like a little online wall of fame, from what I imagine. So it's not really explaining to me what the service is. It's this image here. Somewhat. I mean, that's where I kind of got it from, where it's like an online wall of fame. But I still think that the page needs to explain just a little bit more on what the service is about. What exactly is Finishers Club? Let me go ahead and sign up. See if I can find out that way. And this call to action as well. Just get an invite isn't much of an incentive. I'm not sure what marathon runners would consider like a great incentive, whether it's like an ebook or like maybe one of those like little power gels, just offering something that's more than just an invite, in my opinion. And also if you have the monetary position to do that, basically.
And before you get to the thank you page, I just want a second. I think you were right on. Like, the biggest problem I had with this page is I really don't know what it is. And if you do nothing else, you should explain the what very clearly. So that was my biggest problem. So maybe if you're in the chat, you can explain a little bit more about what you're doing. So that before Izzy's done, we can revisit it a bit. Maybe offer some better advice, because this text down here, I was hoping this would really explain it, and I guess it does. It says you create a wall of fame, makes you a champion. That really should be somewhere up here, like build your your finish wall of fame, or something that just explains a little bit more about what it is and why you exist in the world for the runners that are there. Because as it is, I finished something. I shipped a feature last night. Like, I guess it does say for athletes who've crossed the finish line, but it takes me all the way down to here before I get to athletes, and the rest of it doesn't add any context. So I'll let you go on to the thank you page now, Izzy.
No, actually, well, before I actually move on to the thank you page, if you scroll down a little bit on your page, Josh, and you'll notice that it says by athletes for athletes, and that's something that we somewhat criticized a little bit earlier during this exact webinar, where somebody was saying, created for men by men, which is just it's just too generic of a tagline. So get specific, answer the why on the sign-up page, and that's really going to help drive your sign-up conversion rate. Now, taking a look at the thank you page, this is the thank you page. Thanks for signing up. Check your email for your exclusive Finishers Club invite. Okay, so invite friends. I'll go ahead and check the email a little bit. The following links were created just for you. So this is just a basic, like a basic. Please get your friends. Sharing, please, copy and share. Copy, share, or what does it say? Just click to share or copy and paste. Okay.
Yeah.
Offer expires April 30th. And once I get to this text that the offer expires, I'm not even sure that there was an offer on the page. So answering, where's the offer? I mean, what offer was on the page? On the main sign-up page, I don't have access to it anymore. But Josh, do you see any kind of offer there?
Yeah. No, I didn't see an offer. There was no offer on the first page for sure, and I'm on the second page now. And I know they say, they type in the chat, yeah, we wanted to balance a little bit of intrigue and curiosity, but listening to your feedback. And I get that. People don't want to give away the farm or what you're doing, but trust me, you're not, because people that come to a page have zero context, and to you, it feels like you're saying anything, you're giving away everything, because everybody could just make assumptions about every hint you give away on a page, what you're building. The reality is it's just not true. You're the only one that can make those assumptions and those leaps because of all your unique knowledge about the product. People coming to the page, even if you explained in detail everything the product was going to do on the first page, which I wouldn't recommend doing because I think it would be a bad landing page, a lot of people wouldn't fully understand it, and you're still going to have intrigue and curiosity because it doesn't exist yet and they can't touch it and use it. And so I wouldn't worry about that. And I certainly wouldn't worry about people stealing an idea, because it's not about the people stealing the idea, it's who executes best on the idea. So then looking at this, again, like Izzy said, there was no offer made here, and so down below it's clear that there's offers, there's a sticker, like Izzy said, okay, so there was a chance to earn a sticker, $10 off your next race, okay, so you do races and promotions. Like, the most context I'm getting about the product comes from the rewards. In here, free running hat and a free running shirt at 100. This is where I'd consider, make this background image somebody with a running hat and a running shirt on the background image on the thank you page. We have a new version of this. I'd suggest using the new version that splits this up into the dedicated thank you page. It takes care of some of these overlapping text issues we had in this early version of the rewards page. But it'll also mean that you could change the background image to be on the thank you page something that demonstrates the shirt and a hat or something in the image that would tie into the rewards that you're then going to explain in text. Invite friends for free races and running apparel. Like, literally, big text. Invite friends to earn free races and running apparel. Then you will have made an offer. Then you can make this smaller print. The links are created for you. Share, and then you could make this big if you wanted, like this offer expires. I would put that below the sharing links, or put it below here, but it creates that incentive. So if people scroll down to see this, and you have the text below it that'll say expires April 30th, they're like, oh wow, I should get back up and click sharing. Like, I only have until April 30th to do this. Like, that is a good part of this page, is that you're creating this immediate incentive. I would also then leverage that, because if you're going to do it and you have a hard date, I would leverage that on the first page, like sign up before April 30th for a chance at rewards. So going back to their comments, re-offer on the main page, we're influenced by the Comfortable Boxers post. They said, don't tell people what the rewards are, but get the ones who really should sign up and surprise them. Yeah, they still said, they didn't say what the rewards were, but they said there clearly were rewards on the first page that's there, without saying exactly what the rewards were. And I don't think you heard Izzy or I saying that. I would say it really clearly on this thank you page that's there. The next question
How do you get the
we're
new version of
getting,
the template?
yeah, the next version of the template. Um, you know, I would say so. There's two themes. There's one that's called Zigzag Features, is sort of the initial sign up page, separated on its own. And so just create a new the new template, a new theme that way. And then the thank you page is literally this Harry goes viral thank you. And I would use that version of the template for the thank you page, and put and separate the two out that way. The next question is, we're getting 34% conversion rate without disclosing rewards on their homepage. Interested in your feedback on that. That's good. My question, though, would be, do you have a good conversion rate of people that really understand what the product is? I mean, if you have 100 people that have signed up, you might just personally email a couple of them and say, hey, I'm just curious for your feedback. Do you understand what our product is, and do you understand what the rewards are? You can prove me wrong. All 5 people could write you back and say they get it and explain it to you. But this is one of those areas where you have our opinion, and then you can test it. You can email 5 people personally and just say, hey, thanks for signing up. I wanted to reach out personally and ask you a couple of questions. 1, did you understand what the product was and what we're building? 2, did you understand what the rewards were? I'd be happy to help explain it to you, and just approach it in a really friendly way. And I'll bet you get some great feedback of people saying, well, it'd be better if you did this, and I would think about it this way. And you'll get some great feedback if you just send that out to 5 or so people. 34% conversion rate. People that are using these templates and are giving away rewards, like the Comfortable Boxers guys were, and like you have, where you're actually giving away something substantial in the rewards, they can have closer to a 40 to 45% initial conversion rate. In general, for a launch landing page, 34% is good. I think you could easily be above 40%, and sustained above 40% long term on the initial conversion rate. Izzy, do you have anything else?
Looks like we're just about short on time, but no, that was pretty much it. There's a couple pages that we didn't get to, unfortunately. What I'm thinking is we'll probably just go ahead and send them a couple reviews privately, but obviously if they're KickoffLabs customers, because I think there's the Be Safe page, and I would have really loved to actually review this page. It looks like we don't have time to, but maybe next week. Be safe. Please be sure to join us.
Yeah, we'll probably be doing this again as our next chat next week, and so if there's a lot of overflow and you can wait till next week, we're going to have we'll do the same landing page reviews in our chat next week for folks. So anyway, this was a lot of fun. If you haven't, a lot of people in the chat have, but if you haven't tried KickoffLabs, we make these types of campaigns really easy. As you can tell, there are a lot of people that were using our templates, our virality, our emails, coming through to to have a successful launch. You heard the Finishers Club say they had they had a 34% conversion rate even before our feedback, and so that's a really good conversion rate.
They mentioned something about a company called Comfortable Boxers. Who are Comfortable Boxers again, Josh?
Yeah, so Comfortable Boxers, they launched using they were beta customers on this theme, one of the first ones that were using our viral rewards theme that we had, and they hadn't even launched the page yet, and they called me. They called us. They had a question, and they called support, and I answered the support line for them, and they said, hey, we're just to let you know, we're trending right now in Twitter in Canada. Can we make a couple adjustments? And I looked, and sure enough, the Comfortable Boxers hashtag was trending in Canada on Twitter, and they got over 50,000 signups in the span of 2 weeks after that initial boost, and they had. Like I said, I think they were about 47% conversion rate overall, with 80% of the people coming from the incentive and the reward links. And so it's a really fast, effective campaign. And I think you heard a lot of feedback today about the technology makes this easy. What's hard is really thinking through all of the rewards that you give people on the page, and is it obvious? Are you giving people the right incentive? and do people understand the incentives for sharing? And that becomes the next challenge for people to do now that we've made this process of setting up pages like this and contests like this so simple. So thanks for coming. Thanks for submitting your pages. We'll get to a couple people that were here. I think like Ravi that wants a quick private review for customers. We can send some review afterwards. And then we're going to hold this public reviews again next week. So join us next Thursday. Don't forget to submit the page. Join the chat. Tell your friends about us. Tell everybody to submit their landing pages. We love getting tons of great submissions so that you all can learn from the feedback. Thanks, everyone. Bye.